I'm Chris Story, and this is Alaska Real Estate. Today, your president, Joni Schneider, you'll find out what she's got in store for you. Plus, highlights from the 2012 Leadership Conference at the BP Energy Center. Remember, if it happens to real estate, it matters to you. Alaska Housing Finance Corporation is your partner in real estate. From low-interest mortgages to energy efficiency, Alaska Housing is there for you. Learn more about energy rebate programs at akrebate.com. Existing homes, new construction, or weatherization, you ought to get to know akrebate.com. Please welcome your 2012 Alaska Association of Realtors President, Joni Schneider. Joni, 2012 has set sail. How do you feel about your leadership team so far?
I feel my leadership team is simply amazing. We had our first board meeting, in conjunction with the leadership thing. I feel that it's a very cohesive, everybody agrees and enthused. That's how I felt. They were like ready to start the year off. People say, it's adverse times, but I think with their mentality, it's like we can do this, so that felt good.
What are your main objectives, Joni, for the Alaska Association of Realtors in 2012?
I would say the main objectives would be to make sure that we stay on target for the things that we're trying to do for our consumers, whether they're buyers or sellers, community or whatever. It seems like we are instrumental in that. And I noticed at the weekend that people that are like leaders in real estate are also community leaders. And that's good because that way, it is like we are part of our community and the infrastructure and not just there for the money.
When does the state board meet again?
We will meet again in March when we go to Juneau for the Hill visits, and that's like the 26th and 7th.
The end of January, you actually traveled to Washington, D.C. What's that meeting about?
It'll be my first time going there, but it's called the Realtor Party Policy Advocacy Conference. And I think what that is, it's like we've taken this additional $40 that's for like my party and to be going to become better advocates. And so I'm thinking that we're going to learn, and I'll be able to bring back more once I return, as to what they're really going to focus on. I belong to the National State and Local Issues Board. And in Alaska, we're really fortunate. I mean, when you hear the problems, because in that committee that I'm on, there's somebody from every state. Our problems, aside from energy costs, are minimal. I mean, it's just like there's tons of things. I feel real fortunate to be from Alaska in that regard.
It's early to tell. We haven't gone to Juneau yet, but do you foresee any legislative challenges on the horizon?
It seemed like there was going to be several, and, there's so many because we're still in that short session and there's so many pre-filed legislative bills that, it's going to be hard to know what we'll get through because last year we were lucky and did get several through. I know we're going to work on that private transfer fee and a few things, that are going to come up about that Terry Bryan told us about. And with it being an election year, it's going to be exciting.
Anything's possible, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Joni, if you could put your mission statement for 2012 on a bumper sticker for the association, what would it say?
Probably dare to care.
I like that. What does that mean to you?
It means stand up for what you believe in and don't be afraid to stand up for what's right, even though you might be the minority sometimes. You follow what I'm saying? It's like you know in your heart what's right, so do it.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's daring to do that.
Exactly, to take a stand for what's right. That's just a personal thing.
I like that. No, I think that we could all learn from that. In fact, learning is what happened at the 2012 Leadership Conference at the BP Energy Center, and I want to thank you for bringing Matt Jones to Alaska. We'll be hearing from him on the podcast directly. It was you that orchestrated him coming to Alaska, and I think we all owe you a debt of gratitude for that.
I thank you for that because he was a godsend, and that's truly how I mean it, a godsend.
All right, it's going to be a fun year. Joni, I look forward to hearing more reports from you and your Oval Office, your palatial Oval Office there at the AAR headquarters.
And have a great year.
Alaska USA Mortgage Company brings you your 2012 Leadership Conference highlights. Alaska USA is your mortgage leader, name you know, and people you trust. Follow today's mortgage rates and more online at alaskausamortgage.com. Now, live from the BP Energy Center, here's Matt Jones.
It's one thing to say something. It's another thing to fall through. So I started packing up my personal belongings And a good buddy of mine, Justin, came over. Now, Justin, I have to tell you about my friend, he's a great optimist. But the fact he's so optimistic, he believes he's going to win a lottery without buying a ticket. Sometimes you can be too optimistic. And so, I told him what was going on. He said, man, you don't need to go to the hospital. You know, what you really need, you just need a Red Bull and vodka. He'll give you You know, unfortunately, a little bit more. But what he did was he allowed me to check my attitude. And he went on and he said, Matt, there's over 10 million other cancer survivors. And if they can do it, you can do it. How many have been in a leadership role before at the Realtors? Those first-time people, you see all people done it before. If they can do it, you can do it. It's proof, right? Someone else has done it, you can do it. Jewish proverb that says, there's life and death in the tongue. And one of the most important things that we can do as leaders, as persons, is to speak words of life to others. Words of life. When I used to have this pug, how many of you all familiar with a pug looks like, right? They got the big bug eyes, they got a smushed-in face. I had it for about 7 years, and anytime anyone would come to the door, he'd get so excited. I mean, that little tail would be wagging, his eyes get really bug-eyed, and they just jet to the door, so excited. Well, the 7 years I had him, not one time was the person at the door ever for him. I still got excited. Now, I also had a cat, and this cat, Mocha, did the exact opposite. Running high, you couldn't find the cat for the rest of the day. Now, I share that to say this. When it comes to life, when it comes to real estate leadership, hopefully you're like Stitch. And you just have this enthusiasm. You can't wait to start the day. You can't wait to get it running. But I realize sometimes and some days, like Mocha, we just want to run and hide because we never got out of bed. So what I want to do now is to share with you some very practical ways to increase your enthusiasm. You see, one of the greatest blessings of coming face-to-face with terminal illness, you can't help but have a little more enthusiasm and passion about life.
I want to be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen.
A couple years ago, I was speaking, and this gentleman from Uganda came up to me. And in Uganda, he said that the average yearly income is $246. 80% of people don't have access to fresh water. And after he told me that, I thought to myself, how often do I take it granted? Just the fact that I have water. Think about that. Those little things that make such a big difference, how blessed we are.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true.
Imagine this. Tomorrow morning, you go down to your local bank and you discover $86,400 has been placed in your account. How many say that'd be a good day? A great day, right? Yeah, check this out. It's even better. Every day this happens, $86,400 is placed in your account. But here's the catch. Whatever you do not spend by the end of the day, you lose forever. This is your government stimulus plan. Already $1 billion is dead. Right? Now, how many would like to have that challenge? That'd be a fun challenge to have. Here's the best part. You ready for it? Every day, we're given 86,400 seconds. End of the day, they're gone forever. But just think about that gift, how precious it is. Because if you think about the long run, what's worth more, $86,400 or 86,400 seconds? It's one commodity. This time's preciousness.
Hi this is Peggy Clements at Alaska USA Title Agency here on the peninsula. Hey, did you know that your lender already requires title insurance that won't protect you? There are two types of title insurance. Your lender likely will require that you purchase a lender's policy. This policy only ensures that financial institution has a valid enforceable lien on the property. Most lenders require that type of insurance and typically require the borrower to pay for it. An owner's policy, on the other hand, is designed to protect you from title defects that existed prior to the issue date of your policy. Title troubles such as improper estate proceedings or pending legal action could put your equity at serious risk. If a valid claim is filed, in addition to financial loss up to the face amount of the policy, your owner's title policy covers the full cost of any legal defense of your title. I'd be happy to help you with any escrow and title issues. I have a direct line here in Kenai. My direct line is 907-395-4502, or please visit our website at www.alaskausatitle.com.
Sandy Ehrenman is our executive producer. For all of us at Alaska Real Estate Podcast, I'm Chris Story. May 2012 be your best year ever.